Hi, I'm Joanne Turner reporting for Total Telecom here at Carriers World event in London, and I'm with Frank Paterno from PGI, who's a Senior Director of Global Carrier Channel. Frank, welcome. You've participated in the event here this week on different talks and panels, and you're also a sponsor. So perhaps you can start by telling us a bit about PGI as a company.
Yeah, sure, thank you. So PGI is the largest conferencing and collaboration provider in the world, pure play. We've been around for 25 years. We actually invented the reservationless audio conferencing market 25 years ago, and then have sort of helped stay at the forefront of the industry and push it forward as that's evolved into web conferencing, video conferencing, and now unified communications, which is the big topic that we're talking with our carrier partners about today.
And what are some of the challenges that you're seeing for carriers at the moment?
Yeah, so the carriers, they traditionally have been in voice and data services. These are the products that they feel very comfortable with. There's new competition coming into their market, competition from a-traditional sources. So you've got sort of West Coast American companies, and we all know who they are, that have traditionally been in the software business, and now are moving into the communications business, and they're making a big splash doing it. And they're starting to threaten some of the very core services that the carriers offer. UC is where we see this all coming together, because UC is sort of the blend of the traditional services that the carriers have been offering and some of these newer applications like collaboration and web sharing and video conferencing and things like that. So if you put those together into the UC product, the carriers have both a threat and an opportunity to retain their hold with their customers, and sort of get through this next wave of collaboration and competition. And that's what we're here to do at PGI. Our history and legacy in the collaboration space sort of partnered together with the brand name and network assets and sort of customer familiarity that the carriers have. We believe those two things together will be able to beat the competition coming in from the software providers.
Okay, so perhaps you can touch on a little bit about how you are facing them with those challenges, maybe through some of your products and services.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a full stack of UC services, and so we've got a bunch of different options for the carrier. The primary one that we start with immediately is sort of take the PGI products, white label them. So put the carrier's brand. Again, this is the primary thing that we feel they're bringing to the table. So take PGI off of everything, put the carrier's brand on, take it to their market, and get out immediately with a UC product. Get out there, start talking to customers about it, start selling some customers, figure out exactly what sort of the long range strategy is going to be. And then we have a second model for that long range strategy, and that's you could take the PGI services and sort of pull them apart and consume them. The carrier can consume them on a much more individual level. So they can take just our video piece, for example, or maybe just a screen share piece, and integrate these sort of feature level, we call them microservices, into their overall offering and create something that's much more differentiated. Now that's a longer term strategy. So what we're recommending is, again, let's start now, get in the market. You have to make it known that you're in this space. And then let's together work on this longer, more specialized, bespoke built product.
And how does your setup and service and support package fit into that?
Yeah, this is a big differentiator. So traditionally, what carriers have brought to their customers is a tremendous level of support, and this is true for PGI as well. So, for example, if you're hosting a meeting and you've got people joining from Japan and from the United States and let's say from here in England, you have people dialing in and connecting from all different methods. Sometimes something goes wrong. A cell phone may drop, or they may lose the code that they need to get into the meeting. They need immediate assistance. So we have operators standing by in any language and any time zone immediately to help those users get into that meeting, because the most important thing, if you think about 15 executives waiting for a meeting to start, a 30-minute delay is not acceptable. This is a huge differentiator, and all of that sort of support and packaging for us gets rolled into the carrier offer, and we support the carrier. We would do all of that with their name and under their brand. It's important because when you look at a software provider, they're not in that model. It's typically go to this website, look at the FAQs, you could submit a ticket if you have a problem. That doesn't cut it in this space. So we feel like that's a huge differentiator and something that we, together with the carriers, can use to really differentiate in the market.
Yeah, you're doing that hand holding for them, which is something, and taking that burden away from them really if something goes wrong. And what would be some of the key takeaways that you'd leave for carriers who are looking to do this?
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of carriers, they're in this decision of build or buy. Carriers are used to building things themselves. They like to own the network and own the infrastructure, and we sympathize with that. We understand that. In this space, though, there's a lot to keep up on. It's not just a matter of building a product and putting it in the market. There's feature updates. There's competitive threats to keep up on every week. So what we really would recommend is sort of use best of breed, and look around, look at the partners like PGI that are out there, and that are allowing you as the carrier to use your network and your brand and your customer base, but sort of get some assistance on the technology side. Look, this is where we go deep. So let's put the two sort of best of both breeds together.
Frank, good luck with that, and I'm sure our viewers will love catching up on it. So thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Joanna.